Will is doing these, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did all 3.
Mm-hmm. He did all 3? Oh. I was like, how has he already edited them?
Don't you remember?
Wouldn't be the first time.
It just turns into me gaslighting you.
What was it when I sat down to do a recording for a recording we already did?
I don't know.
You don't remember that? It was like the party last summer where we were like shit hammered. Will was throwing up in the yard.
Yeah.
And I sat down to do a recording and you were like, thought I was doing a bit. And I was like, oh, we already did this.
We did it, yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching The Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime. That feels like what it's going to be like. I just want to make this quick because we're going to get to the review in just a second. But I wanted to hedge my bets for several specific reasons.
Okay.
Number one, I am open to and want to like this, but I am nervous.
Okay.
I'm nervous that I might not. And I want to like this because, number one, I, in theory, enjoy fantasy shows.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I like Rosamund Pike, and I think it'd be neat to get her like a gig. And number three, we have a close friend, Anne, where this is her favorite.
Yeah.
And it means a lot to her, and I want to be able to deliver on that. And I'm nervous. However, what little I do know about it, I could actually anticipate her hating this as well.
I could see her going either way on the show.
I think they've changed a lot of things.
Because she likes the book so much. The only thing I know for sure that they have changed 100% is that it's a lot more diverse than the book is written. Which
she'll
makes
like
sense.
that.
Yeah. But that's the only thing so far that I can tell that's like specifically different.
The style of fantasy I like is way more glamour based. Like it's way more, I frequently say the 2003 live action Peter Pan, or like Tar Sims, The Fall, or like I like a lot of costume changes, and I like a lot of palace intrigue and a lot of, that kind of stuff. And I don't think it's like really rare in fantasy for some reason. Is it because fantasy is such a genre dominated by men?
Potentially. Also, it is a male-dominated genre in a way that they don't believe women and gays will go see it, so they don't make it for them.
I'm a real The Huntsman Winter's War kind of person, but
there is a great deal of riding through the woods on horses. Yeah.
It's just the words. It's what did we just watch something?
Man.
Oh, Dune. I liked Dune.
There are so many words.
and there's just like I get frustrated because there's not the promise on the returns on investment. And so
that's
like,
the other thing too, is this world has multiple words for the same things as well, which is super fun. And I'm hoping that you
read the first book.
I'm like more than a third of the way through it.
You've been on that hurdle for a minute, haven't you?
It's very dense.
Uh-huh.
But I'm hoping that they sort of cut some of that away so that the things are only called one thing.
What ended up being, or to pull a Game of Thrones where it's like it's all there, but it's not. It doesn't hinge on your understanding of it. Like, It's like the third time I was watching Game of Thrones, I was like, oh, I know what all of this means. Yeah. But I didn't need it the first time through.
Sure.
The importance of the scene was evident before, like I said, like I was like, they were talking about Stannis Baratheon in the first episode. Right. And the first time I watched it, I was like, oh. But the third time I watched it, I was like, oh, hey. But because something that I think ended up being pretty good at that was Shadow and Bone.
Sure.
Where there was like one or two episodes where I was really like, oh boy. Oh boy.
they get you in and they give you enough of what you need, and then they're like sink or swim.
So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I wanted to explain the tone that we're coming in, which is cautious optimism.
Yeah. I'm with you. I want
Rosamund
Pike to gig. I want that to keep happening. This is also like a lot of people's favorite fantasy series.
Is it?
Yeah, it's popular.
Okay. Is it like Shannara Chronicles, where it's like largely considered like derivative of Lord of the Rings, or?
Okay. I think that this is doing things that Lord of the Rings did a little better based on what I have read. but it's not like Shannara Chronicles.
Okay.
The Shannara Chronicles show was not good.
That's the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
I'm talking about season 1 of MTV Shannara Chronicles.
I have never read the Shannara Chronicles books, so
Okay.
I can't tell you how it compares to that, but this looks way better than the Shannara Chronicles show, so fingers crossed.
So anyways, without further ado, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the Wheel of Time. It just sounds like it's going to be.
The Wheel of Time. Oh, yes. So much.
Okay. You have my attention.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the part where it did stuff.
Yeah.
About halfway through, things started happening. They were bold, and I appreciated that.
Okay.
Several different ways over. But we're gonna do my standard thing, which is where I'm not diagnosed ADD or anything like that, but I do have a hard time paying attention to things sometimes, even if I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
Because I spend a lot of times thinking about the fact that I'm not paying attention and or thinking about other things it reminds me of.
It's not helpful.
So we have Moraine, which is Rosamund Pike.
Yep.
And she's magic because women are magic because men are crazy. Men are bad and go crazy.
So only women can touch the one power.
The one power.
Because if men do it, it makes them go crazy.
And that's a concept?
That's the dragon.
Well, one of the kids is a dragon.
No, one of the kids is going to fight the dragon. The dragon is evil.
Oh.
The dragon is a man who touched the one power.
Is it the Voldemort thing?
No, that's
Okay.
just like a ring wraith.
Okay. And so, but her hot guy's name is Mordragon or something.
Mondragorin is his last name.
Okay.
Call him Lan, it's fine.
Okay, Lan. He was very appealing.
He is hot. Hot.
They got the cake out. The cake's out.
They got the cake out. Yeah, they sure did.
Let them eat cake.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that.
Mm-hmm.
We have Aes Sedai. They're like Bene Gesserit.
I mean, that's what Moraine is.
Okay.
She is an Aes Sedai. It is an order of women who use the one power.
Okay. And that's the girls that we saw, like the girl group in the beginning riding the horses.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And there was like 2 hot guys, but only one hot guy because he was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He tried to touch the power, but the other Aes Sedai killed him.
So is it like an object that they are physically trying to touch?
It's like inside you. It's like, like channel the power through you kind of thing. That's how, like, when she was pulling at the end, when Moraine was pulling the light from everywhere, she's like channeling the power.
Okay. And then we have Egwene.
Yep.
She got her braid and then swam down a river.
They like chucked her in the river. I'm not okay. So as mentioned, I'm only like a little more than a third of the way through the first book. It's very dense. I have a hard time getting into it. There's like in my opinion, too much description of like what is happening. Like I said, there is an entire chapter in the book where it's just chronicling Rand getting his father back to the town, and it's too much. So I don't know if any of this stuff comes up later, but I had no idea that you got your braid and then got chucked into a river to whitewater raft without a raft. But it's like a rite of passage. Yeah.
What was her name? Nynaeve.
Nynaeve.
Yeah. She was like, trust the river, and then thwomp.
Yeah.
And then Egwene didn't trust the river. I was like, I mean, she got there eventually.
Yeah, it took her a while though.
So one thing I am appreciating is this show has a passing familiarity with color.
Yep. The red at the beginning, there's a decent amount of blue.
It does look like a TV show, which I'll be fine with. I mean, season 1 of Game of Thrones looks like a TV show, but
season 1 of Game of Thrones is filmed in like the back lot of somewhere.
My issue that I have with so many of these high fantasy shows is I think, considering that they are regarded as high fantasy, I think they're very boring and derivative. I think they're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, there's not a lot of high or a lot of fantasy.
Yeah,
in the
there's
high
lots
fantasy.
of villages and woods and lots of people wearing brown in these villages in the woods. Yeah. And I appreciate that, like I said, we got to the halfway point, and at least some, because I feel like on another show, like on, Witcher was actually kind of loaded with shit.
Yeah.
But
Yennefer had so many dresses.
Yeah, some of these other shows, it's like, I feel like the scene with Moraine
Yeah.
going all like woo. I feel like that would have been like the season finale. We would have had to wait. And so the fact that we pulled that out, I was like, okay.
So what's interesting, what's fun about that is that we are not with them when that happens in the book. We're with Rand and his father up at the farm. So I hadn't like experienced that moment, which was fun. I liked seeing it.
Well, I have stakes now because the four of them, I guess it's the three guys and the girl. So it's
Rand, Perrin, Matt, and Egwene.
Okay. So Rand's cute. His hair's bothering me. It's either needs to be like buzz cut or longer. It's not. It's like
sure. I see.
I'm not there.
I see what you mean.
And then Matt was cute. He's the one with the eyebrow.
Matt is the cutest one.
He's the one that also you said was a little bit dumber in the book, but that's not. I mean, I didn't read the books on purpose, so it's like I mean, I would like knowledge if it's like contextual.
Sure. Okay. He just is like sort of an idiot. And he's very canny.
Well, he did take the kids out of the hiding place and told them to go to a hiding place.
Okay, but his parents are totally worthless.
Oh, so his mother was like a drunk or something?
I think his father is like a drunken lech. Yeah. And so then she's getting drunk to like deal with that.
And taking it out on him.
And taking it out on him, saying that he's going to turn into a prick just like his father. Yeah. And it's like, already he's better because he's raising your children. Well, I'm not. I'm glad I'm glad all of these people have left their families at this point.
Well, because who's the fourth one?
Perrin.
He did himself a favor is all I'm going to say. She was dishwater.
So that's the other thing too. I guess slight spoiler alert for the books. I don't know when this happens or anything, but like I looked her up on the Wheel of Time wiki, and apparently they had crushes on each other when they were young, but then both let their feelings die, and then she married someone else. And so I'm like, why is this even happening?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why was he married in the first place? It was totally useless.
I think you're right.
Opinion.
I think we needed to give him a season-long, if not series-long, chip on his shoulder.
No, we didn't, though. We simply didn't. No, we did not. I'm gonna
check that, right?
I'm not gonna enjoy it.
So there's a war in the south, and there's also a White Tower.
The White Tower is where the Aes Sedai train.
Okay. Something is eyeless, and there's wind that you can listen to.
The eyeless thing is the thing on the horse.
Oh,
the thing that you guys
the
said looked like
thing.
Voldemort. Yeah.
Okay, and it's just a
it's like a
soldier,
ring wraith, essentially.
Okay,
yeah. It's like
a general, or
it's like a higher rank than the Trollocs, but it's not Sauron.
The Trollocs were fun. I appreciated that. I was like, Minotaurs.
Yeah. They did do them interestingly because in the book they are described as all being different. They all have like different characteristics, and so
they did.
I enjoyed.
I mean, they were very identifiably the same
species.
Yeah. But I did appreciate the combination of practical and digital effects.
Yeah.
They're like faces were moving in ways that I was like, that was clearly after the the fact. Yeah, so they are after the same thing Moraine is after, which is whatever's going to fight the dragon.
Yeah, they're after the 4 kids.
So it's like a Messiah situation again.
Yes. I don't know. I am 98% sure it's Rand is the one, but they are all for.
I feel like it's Egwene, but
it might also be Egwene. I'm not sure. All 4 of them are important because they were all born around the same time.
Because they're all like 25, right?
They are all like 20. Nynaeve was 25.
Okay,
but it's like the one to fight the dragon was born 20 years ago.
Is it a dragon? Ugh.
I don't think so.
Meet me halfway.
Meet me halfway.
So yeah,
you had a pretty good handle.
Yeah, I think so.
Moraine really did just like totally ruin their tavern. I mean, it saved all their lives, but it was like,
what wasn't it already? Was there really anything? Yeah, where are Egwene and Rand gonna have sex now?
As opposed to the public room of her parents' tavern.
So, and then Nynaeve is maybe gone. She got like taken, but
she's not dead. There's no way.
Yeah, we didn't see it. I'm with Will. I liked that like barmaid that was like, give me all you got.
She was.
That's what I mean. Where I was like, where it started making choices, I was like, okay.
So she like isn't like a character in the books that I've gotten to so far, because like that's the other thing is I have a feeling we're going to still be in the Two Rivers even though the kids have left, because otherwise why is it Roose Bolton? You know what I mean? Like why is it that guy?
I just figured he was dead. I was like, oh,
no,
okay.
no, he's not dead. But that was like kind of the thing where it's like I know her name's Days. I know her name because she has lines in the book, and so I'm sort of curious if that's going to carry over. I'd be kind of interested. So
the kids left with Moraine and Lan.
Yeah.
So okay, we're gonna watch the next one. There's 3. We're gonna try and get through all 3 tonight, and then they're weekly after that.
Yeah,
that might not have been the move for this show.
That's what Amazon mostly only does.
Sure, I just don't know if this is gonna be a show that I retain anything from week to week.
We'll find out.
So let's see. Okay, bye.